Welcome back to the Boy Time channel. Today, JPEGMAFIA. I lay down my life for you. No wheel. Another new release.
What?
We were not planning on this because it was just really dropped out of nowhere. So now you get 3 new releases in a row, potentially.
What?
Yeah. But I'm excited for this thing. I've heard both of the singles. Both are very weird. I'm interested to see how they work in the full album here. But we've done all of Peggy's main releases on the channel. I was thinking about today. I'm like, wow, we actually have done all of these. So I think we're both well versed for the most part.
Yes, I have heard all of them. I think the only one I've spent like a significant time with is Scaring the Hose. Because man, that one has just an infectious atmosphere, and I love Danny Brown and Peggy's chemistry. But other than that, I haven't like listened to like all of the albums like over and over and over again. I think I might have spent some time with LP as well, but I love Scaring the Hose, and then I've not heard any of the singles.
Okay.
So I'm going in blind.
Great. But yeah, I feel like it's been a while since I've listened to some Peggy. Scaring the Hose was definitely like one of the top ones last year. Yeah, I think Cornballs is still one of my favorite albums of all time. So I'm interested to see. There's always a progression across all of his albums, so they're all very distinct. But yeah, he's had some interesting choices this year too, with the whole Kanye link up on Vultures. I just listened to Vultures 2, and it's so awful. So I'm really glad that I get to do this after. This was kind of my present for that.
Oh, nice.
But yeah, I guess we can just dive in. I'm ready. Alrighty.
Yes, let's do it.
I scream this in the mirror before I interact with anyone. Track 1.
If I was an NBA player, I'd be Dylan Brooks, but worse. I'm Debo, we are not equal. They all miss like the Shaq at the free throw. Script my plate, never shat whack though. Pray to God that I never slave to the E. Dos mio, sipping more Dilo. Stick like I'm starving, I'm finna let my rib show.
You in laws, look at Jake Paul, we face off, we'll make you face God.
Who that running they trap? Why you ain't built like that? Y'all in trouble where I ain't built like that. Take everything I can get my hands on. Run it up. Who that running they jet? Why you ain't built like that? Heard ass niggas just swear I ain't built like that. Been in these switches a minute, they gon' put me in a Guinness. I need the maximum digits, just blame it on capitalism. I hate when niggas be stressed about what you be doing more than they worry about their own shit. I hate when these bitches be begging your boy for some cash and then turn around and say eat the rich. They get mad when niggas do it for themselves cause their parents is still chipping in.
I scream this in the mirror before I interact with anyone.
Wow. Well, he must have a long morning.
Yeah.
If he has enough time to say all that to himself. But yeah, I thought that one was a pretty good opener. I'm surprised we don't get a lot of. Would this be categorized as rock rap?
It's close, I think.
Because I'm like, it's almost never good. Whenever a rapper does that, like Lil Wayne or Kid Cudi or whatever, it was a very infamous records. But I didn't hate this. I mean, it has that kind of Peggy quirk to it, his chronically online lyrics, as always, which are always very funny. So, yeah, I don't know. Good intro.
Yeah, I think for a 1:48 song that has like 4 beat switches on it is kind of insane. Yeah, lyrically, it's just straight up Peggy. It's interesting because I think he's going to kind of be playing this like villain role on this record, since he's been definitely like more shots have been thrown at him on like based on his decisions this year than like he ever has, and I think he's in the spotlight the most now, so there is gonna be a lot of that coming in. So I'm expecting shots and just like all these kind of like villain-esque moves on this record, and this definitely falls into that. I love the Chappelle the Chappelle reference at the end with the 4 die-lands. That's fantastic. Yeah, it's a great intro. I think we're gonna get the guitar across the whole record because the 2 singles have it as well. So let's keep going. Yeah. Sin Miedo, track 2. I definitely didn't say that right.
Sin Miedo.
You niggas is bitches, I don't wanna kick it. Peggy, I ain't for the fences. You niggas don't swing, you stacking up misses. You treating your business, we catching no business. Dick riding is expensive. If you need an image, then baby don't listen. This with a father. I hate issues with my barber. She off all of these drugs. Coconut butter, I Pierre and Carter. I do with a vengeance. Picks the spin heads out, shot with class, give me the tension. I do a lot for the mentions. I spaz in other dimensions. About to take you to another level, my attraction came with a pension. Now some niggas gotta respect it or get it retired. I step in the room and they nigga inspired. Or niggas just hate the shorty in mind. Now tell me what's lame with a fire.
Down them steps.
I'm out of here, though. I need a
Sin miedo.
Yeah, you're right. That one is a weird one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember you talking about this when it came out on our podcast. I was like, oh, like it probably isn't that weird. No, that was.
Yeah.
I don't really know what to think of that. It's fine.
Yeah, I think this is going to require multiple listens because I think the first time I heard this track, I'm like, all right, slow down. I just need to figure out what's even happening here. And then when I replayed it, I'm like, this is great. And it is fantastic. I think we've like pushed past the point of beat switches and we've pushed to the point where like he's taking every part of a beat and transitioning it to a different thing, but it's not the same thing. So we're completely disconnecting where we are at the beginning of the song and the end of the song, but it works. It's a club anthem, but it's also a very angry rock rap glitch fusion. I don't know. It's fantastic. It's weird. It's strange, but I don't know. He still comes with the energy that you want him to, because like I feel like when you're this eclectic instrumentally, you need to bring it like lyrically and just like your performance, and he does. Like he knows he's good at this thing and he acts like it, and I think that's what really does make these things. I don't think a lot of people could like jump on a beat like this and do it this well. And I just missed his funny lines, and yeah, the the chorus where she's got issues with her father and I had issues with my barber is great. I also love the Joe Biden falling down the stairs line. Yeah, really great. All right, track 3. I'll be right there.
Bitch, I'm back outside. They getting surprised when they hearing these beats like epiphany. Back and forth with this African booty scratcher. I left all of that talking for bitches beat. I was at the chateau with the blower. You said you would show, but you never did shit to me. If you show for that face to face, wouldn't be shit for some shots. The same more lower titty. See daddy, they can hear your flashback. You yapping, I open my cash app. All head in a sack. Bitch, I go Amber Rose with these MAGA raps. Yeah, I stand on that shit, ain't no back and back. I don't care what you feel, I ain't factor that. And that's real. Barry Sanders, every run is a real. Colonel Sanders, keep the recipe sealed. These niggas connected like Bonnie for real. That nepotism will have you in the field. I let it hit. Brewing that coffee, I'm taking a sip. Everybody thinking pick me sweet, thinking it's splendid to I let it trip. Y'all niggas thinking you one step ahead. This me letting you know that I'm hip. Y'all keep on thinking I'm playing the hand I was dealt. Yeah, until the same can't get a grip on that bitch. Y'all want none of them problems. Y'all want none of them issues. None of your people.
you're right there.
That one was pretty dang good. Yeah, this might be Peggy's best performance so far. And I do like the structure of it's kind of cool, where you get like the kind of glitchy sample heavy intro and outro and then just one long verse for like a minute and a half. That's pretty cool. I've never heard a song like that before. And yeah, I mean, it's got the quirk, it's got everything you want, and it has a really nice vibe. So absolutely no complaints from me on this one.
Yeah, I think he's doing this well where like we're getting bombarded with sounds, and I think you need to let these instrumentals breathe so you can like get a little bit of a grasp on them before it's just like go mode. And I think he's been doing that well so far. Yeah, I enjoy the beat. This feels very Cornballs-esque, where it's more like cloud rap, a little bit of glitch in there, but it's like very kind of floaty almost. I love kind of the choir introducing here. It's still grimy, but it has this really nice like organic element to it, which is really nice. Yeah, versus just seems like a lot of this is towards the Freddie Gibbs beef that he had, which is fine. I expect this just to kind of be what the lyrical content of a Peggy record is going to be. I know we're not going to get another Cornballs at this point in his career. I do think like the emotion and lyricism he displayed on that record was phenomenal. We're past that point though, but yeah, still great. I love it.
Yes.
All right, track 4. It's dark and hell is hot.
I just wanna make it home. Got all my Air Vision Pros. I kill my own 2
Ela quica no pau, ela senta no pocotó. O pau, papoco pau, ela senta no pocotó.
I don't know who put on this Arca album, but
Ela quica no pau, ela senta no pocotó.
This hoe told me I'm a dog, but all my bitches say on my knees in front of God, but I'm not even fade. Walking that bitch, ayy, take a fuck in that bitch, ayy. How you don't care what you got in a poop? How you don't care but you got an opinion? Smoking your face like I'm taking a swig. Free but you can't do it. If you gonna be wild, make it make sense. We just gon' wave by, don't distant. I can count all of my industry friends on my hands, and my niggas they be in demand. Fox on rap, I don't know what it is. If I show you a drink, I ain't playing with kids. You niggas looping and leaving, I'll never repeat. Your bullshit ain't worth leaving.
Fica de 4 nas drogas sem.
Hit the deck. These niggas hit the deck. Hey, hey, ain't no shit. These niggas ain't no shit. Ain't no shit.
Ela quica no pau, ela senta no pocotó.
Vai em cima do Ramém.
Ela quica no pau, ela senta no pocotó.
It's dark and hell is hot.
Oh, that was a great ending.
It was great. Electro.
Yeah, that's wow, that's definitely a turn for Peggy. Still quirky, but just yeah, I was actually gonna like say that sounds like an Arca beat,
Yeah.
which is crazy. I will say not like my favorite sound. I know we did 5 albums of hers, but it's not like I don't go back to those albums a whole lot. It's a little bit too scary for me. And so I think it does fit with what he's doing though, and I really love like that verse 2 breakdown was phenomenal. Kind of completely made up the song for me. So I like it, but I'm like, whoa, I think that one got a little bit of whiplash there.
Yeah, a little bit. This makes complete sense because I know Vultures was pulling on Brazilian funk. It didn't do it at all. It was awful, but like they were trying to get that sound. I think this reaches it. I'd like to think that he kind of like shelved this and used this for himself because all he really did on Vultures was drums. So like when you let him do this, it's actually really like pretty on brand with what this genre is, like playing in Deconstructed Club. It is very Arca influence, where that kind of like South American experimental music. It works really well. I love it. I think the way he built the drums and everything on here, there's a tension here, and then that release of just like when verse 2 hits and he just gets going, you get the drum line going. It's just a really fantastic moment. If I show you a Drake, I am playing with kids. I'm surprised this is the first mention of it. Peggy was like #1 Drake hater before Kendrick popped out this year.
Yeah.
I'm glad he's back on it. I think it's a little bit late at this point, but like you got to get your shots in, I suppose.
Yeah, why not?
Really fun track. Really enjoyed that one. Alrighty. Oh, okay. New Black History featuring Vince Staples with production by Flume as well.
Oh,
Wow.
my favorite Bon Iver song.
With a Future sample.
Oh, nice.
Let's resume, walk light when the elephant in the room. Push trunk home, whatever niggas need to boom. By able to squabble, it'll be over soon. I say what I do and I mean what I wanna do. These are my gangster chronicles. Must be kidding me. Northside, Long Beach, Aborigines can't get rid of the we mean Black history. Northside, I hit the lottery. I hit the lottery.
When I come around, better stare at the floor. Cause I'm in that mode. On my own, I got that flavor.
Jonathan Major papers.
Especially when y'all cashing out with PDFs and rippers.
No drizzy.
I hope y'all paying attention. No, really, I die and I kill myself telling me kill me.
I hit the lottery. I hit the lottery. I hit the lottery.
New Black History.
Man, this album is all over the place. But yeah, no, I thought that one was really, really good. I actually didn't know if Vince Staples and JPEGMAFIA would have that much chemistry because they seem very different. Even though th're both very funny.
True.
I don't think of Vince Staples as being very funny on tracks. And I don't think he really is here, but man, his verse was like really good. I was getting ready to say, oh, Vince Staples washed Peggy on his own song, but I actually
You
think
would
Peggy
never
did
let that happen.
no. But man, that verse from Vince is really good. I don't know. Is he comparing himself to Jonathan Major? Because I don't know if that's what
I
you
don't
want
think
to be
so, because
doing.
he followed it up with the cashing out for PDF line.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's true.
And then
Yeah. Okay. I was like, when he said that, I'm like, oh, I don't know if you want to be.
that
doing
wouldn't be the
that.
first time he's compared to someone that like is not comparable though. I feel like Scaring the Hose was like half of that.
Well, that's true.
Yeah.
That is a good point. But yeah, I like that one quite a bit.
Yeah, great mix of things here. You get a Future sample pretty prominently. You have a Vince Staples feature, and you have a Flume outro. And it works. It's just really crazy to kind of. It feels like he put like 4 disparate ideas and then just combined them, and it somehow turned out good. This feels great for Vince Staples because Big Fish Theory had a lot of beats like this, especially that song with Sophie and Kendrick on it. That song's incredible, and I feel like I got a hint of that in here, which is really great because Vince over that style of production is fantastic. Yeah, I love his energy. I think Peggy definitely helped himself with having the drums come in before his verse 2 hits, but when you're doing a progression, that is where you get it. I think Vince did fine without it. But yeah, verse is fantastic. Love the outro. I think Flume did fantastic on that little closing bit as well. So very good.
It is.
Alrighty. Don't Rely on Other Men, track 6.
I hear you went down, 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 down. I hear you went down. I hear you went down, 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 down. Did you go down?
I had to get on my pop shit. I don't wanna start shit. These rappers is regular food. I put my bitch up compartment. She thinking in cartman. She can't fuck no regular dude. Say that.
I hear you went down.
Wanna cry the bust of the Maybach. If you hate me, my nigga, just say that. Just to be clear, I'm the cornerback. I'm just throwing that pass like you fumble that. I am up the LT, set it up with smack. Back to back on these bars like some battle rap. You ain't slinging no rock like Candle Max. You stay in the crib with your
I hear you went
wanna cry the bust of the Maybach. If you hate me, my nigga, just say that.
anyone.
If that cops come around, no sé qué pasó. Hit your head off like I'm Cinderella. And she fits on you and you Cinderella. What's wrong with they ass up within the tailor? I'm fucking that hoe, but she Donatella, be for real.
Don't rely on other men.
Pretty good. Brian Cox sample? Was that what that is?
Just like not recognizable almost.
Well, it isn't him saying, fuck off or any of his like recognizable lines. It's just a random line from the first episode, I guess. It's all right. I don't know. I think I was more of a fan as the track went on, but like the beginning of it, where it was just like the Brian Cox sample and the loud bass, I'm like, oh, this is fine. And like, I didn't think that the verses at the beginning were necessarily like super clever. Like, I feel like, thicker than Cartman. Like, I feel like that's been done before. Like, that's very easy. But then like once it kind of like broke down after the interlude and there was that like I don't even know how to describe it. Where everything just kind of like got drowned out by those loud synths and guitar. I like that. But I don't know, 50-50 on that one.
Yeah, this was the first single, and this does not sound like the single version. Like, he changed most of this, I think. The structure's there, but there's a different verse in here, and the outro was wildly different. That being said, this is a lot better than the single version. Good job. I know he always does this, where he always will update a mix, or he'll update a production thing. He did that with LP like 3 times, and I can't tell which song is like what version I'm listening to. But I do like that this is here because it is better. I love the mixture of styles on here. It's really like, this is a statement piece for this record, I think. It's abrasive, it's in your face. I think the refrain on here is like really catchy. The sample is definitely like played over and over and over, but I think it works as a textural element. And I think his alternate verse on here is a lot better than the single version. So, and that outro was heavenly. So, fantastic.
Very nice.
Alrighty. Vulgar Display of Power, track 7.
Hey, shorty fucking rabbits now. Says she need a low dough. I'ma take Klonopin and mix it with the no dough. Zero fear in it, got it tatted on my torso. Niggas paying for free and talking about it like they forced yo. Fuck about my DMs, nigga, I cannot endorse yo. The only time I fuck with amateurs is if it's porno. Biatch. One, two, Shorty wanna kick it with a mascot. Showed her who I am and I should kick it with an activist. Inside Malcolm with the soul of a ratchet. Sash away that mini move and brushed up on my Mandarin. You a Laps fan and I hope you never stand again, cause all my enemies in jeopardy. You better phone a friend. Biatch.
It's to follow yourself, and you'll not only find you, but you'll also find me.
I gotta pause. Vulgar Display of Power.
I don't know. I think I'm kind of middle of the road on that one too. I don't know if I love these like noisy guitars. Like that one like almost feels like a, I don't know, like a 90s rock song that just has like Peggy rapping over it. Yeah, I don't know. I was like the chorus, like, oh, that sounds familiar, and then they just sample what he's
Yeah.
interpolating, and I'm like, oh, okay, I guess that works. And also, I kind of felt it weird that in the chorus, it's like an over exaggerated Pusha T thing. It was like, yeah, it's just like someone making fun of how Pusha T does it, you know. But whatever. I don't know. I have no strong feelings either way on that one.
Yeah, I think it's a good track. I think it has to grow on me. I think it's in desperate need of like a bass line or a low end. I feel like the
Yeah.
guitar took up too much of the mix when on these other tracks we've been getting blends of like three beats combined into one essentially. It felt a little bare bones. But at the same time, this is like the most rock rap track we've had here. I think it does work. I think near the end of the song, everything kind of comes together a little bit nicer, and I like the outro. Yeah, hair metal type guitars. It's kind of crazy. It works well, the guitar part. I just feel like there's like one thing missing from this beat to make this like a phenomenal track. Yeah. Alrighty, Xmilitary, track 8, Death Grips reference.
Oh.
I heard you got dirt on me. My country encouraged me. I just bought a dirty piece. I just bought a dirty piece. My famo discouraged me. My exes threw dirt on me. It's the rap, the dirty shit. It's the rap, the dirty shit. I might scratch some numbers off, but I don't play no lottery. I might have broke your homegirl off, but you ain't gotta unfollow me. Abraham Raisi in the heli feeling foggy. Money, 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 it made me feel like I'm target. Going up like I'm IDF Nitty, warrants ain't stopping shit. Is you Harvey, Jeffrey, R. Kelly, or is you opposite? Say that shit. Say that shit. Say that shit. Say that shit. I pledge allegiance, my easy now, waking up, easy now, waking up, easy now, waking up, easy now. I pledge allegiance to my niggas, my hoes, my bitches, and me. Every morning I get down on my knees for a God that I can't see. Every tweet, it come with a cost. Every enemy pain him and soft. If you break up, delete it and crop. Fuck my ex and fuck every cop. Nepo baby shit, these bitch niggas always got their head down. Bitch ass nigga be down when the slide and they cry when they see your man down. Bitch, I'm not just throwing paint at the wall. I don't do nothing but ball. I can't be racist, I'm chasing the painting and spending white faces on weapons of war. I treat the blood like it's face.
Xmilitary.
That one was very, very nice. I like these longer songs of his. I mean, we've been getting a lot of short tracks. Not a single track up until this point has been longer than 3 minutes. So it's nice to get one that like kind of has like, no, I don't want to say a full concept, but it feels like there's more time for everything to breathe. He lets stuff like build a little bit longer over longer periods of time instead of just like boom, big explosion out of nowhere. And I feel like, I don't know, it feels like he's trying to like kind of address the Kanye stuff a little bit. I don't know. It's still weird. I don't
It is,
get-
yeah.
I don't know how you have to justify it. I mean, I don't know. I would have trouble working with someone who went on Alex Jones and said the things he said. After that, as someone who identifies as a leftist. So I don't know how you justify it, but I guess he doesn't lose sleep over it, and good for him.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
an all right song.
I'm never going to agree with him on that position, and it's fine. I don't really care at the end of the day. Like, this isn't even conscious hip hop at all. And there's a lot of issues with conscious hip hop people. This is not like the lane for that. Sure, he has this persona that he displays on it. I think a lot of this song is about the contradiction and just like his entire like coming up, because he talks about his time in the military, brings up the IDF and all these other things. So like he could be making a link there with all of like the industrial complex and how tied together those two are. He could be doing all that. I think it's just like, this is him and we don't know him, like the tag that he puts on all of his stuff. It's his decisions, he lives with them. I can't change his mind on it. But I think he makes a great case for just his position in this song. Like, this is how it's going to be, and I think that's fine. The beat is phenomenal on this track. I think the way that it kind of carries his long verses here are fantastic. I think this is the most like storytelling forward track we've gotten from him, where the beat actually supports him like going into these things. So yeah, I think it's pretty phenomenal. It's fantastic. I think the way he kind of wraps up all of the issues he's had with like him being kind of, you know, egged into the military and all the damage that does to a person, and then tying in the political, you know, area currently, and then going into the Kanye stuff. Yeah, I think it works. It's a little all over the place. I need more time to kind of dissect what his true meaning of that song is, but it's very good on first listen. So
Yeah.
alrighty, Jihad Joe, track 9. That's fantastic.
Every time I get to sticking and I come around with that Kimber, I'm wearing a mask. These hoes still in they DJ phase, they coming up short on piece of cash. And I take all these dick riders, my bitch addicted to hating and kissing my ass. Damn it, you know I'm too much of a narcissist. Fuck on my reputation for a bag. I can sniff out you proximity bitches, I can't be responsible, I'm not your dad. Up in the morning, I'm cleaning my babies, I'm switching that bitch, I make sure it don't jam. I'm so terminally online. Goddamn, I gotta check myself.
Jihad Joe.
That one was pretty good. We're back to really, really short. I like that the guitar kind of sounded like a Bowser level in Mario. That was a nice little change of pace. I don't know. I think I think these are all starting to blend a little bit too much. Where I'm like, okay, he's doing the noisy guitar thing. He's doing the thing. Like, come on, switch it up a little bit. I feel like we've gotten 3 or 4 songs, and we're just barely over halfway that are kind of the same vibe. So, I don't know. It's fine.
Yeah, I enjoy that one. I kind of think of that as an extension of Xmilitary, actually. It's a wildly different song, but I think it, like, he did 2 very long verses on the last track, and then this one he's, like, straight to the point where it's like, I really don't care about people, like, how people perceive me after that Kanye thing, and, like, him kind of wrestling with, like, this takes a hit to the audience that you kind of garnered, kind of, I don't want to say role playing, but really digging into certain ideas that people grasp to, and then completely like getting rid of any sense of that, and kind of grasping with that. And like, it seems a little insecure, but at the same time, it's like he has a lot of new eyes on him. So I think he's trying to draw a line in the sand so clearly. Yeah, it's interesting. Again, I'm on the receiving end of a lot of this. But at the same time, like, don't get your opinions from Peggy. This is just Like,
no.
go to Rage or something if you want like music that is explicitly political and that is its purpose.
Yeah.
He makes funny jabs at things, and he like kind of portrayed himself as a more left individual, even though like his actions before this Kanye thing were pretty similar. Like, it's not like he's had a perfect record at this point. But yeah, I like the song. I like that he's like fully stepping up to this. I think if you back down and you're like, oh, like that's not gonna be as good of a message. I think this comes to like a lot of music too, where it's like if you believe something and you do it, like you have to step up and actually do it. And I think he is doing it on this track, so I enjoy it. Yeah.
I don't know. I will say, for someone who claims to not care what people think, he made two songs about it back to back. It's like you're saying one thing and you're demonstrating the other. It doesn't completely work. Yeah, I don't know.
I think that's part of the chronically online part of Jihad too, because it's like I don't really pay attention to what he says on any social media because I know it's not going to be anything worth doing. It's like I separate it because I'm not going to be so online that I'm following this guy around.
Right.
But yeah. Okay. Jpegultra with Denzel Curry. I think Kenny Beats is on this too. Okay.
Yes.
You think you know? Out the trenches for you flabbergasted fat fucks. This your boy Denzel Curry and this bitch. And I'm chilling with my nigga Peggy. You already know what time it is. We going around the world with it. And inside your girl with it. Feel me? Live out of your bitch body like my nigga Wayne say. See, I'm trying, nigga, I am that dude. Me and JP going APE. So I got monkey boys, but this ain't PE. Everybody said I got ADD, but it never add up. I'ma count past 3. Matter of fact, 1. All of this devil and shit from D to MC, but it's guaranteed to make a rep run. Knee-high jump, better get far or it's T.I. stunt. South Florida nigga, but a North Gate nigga. This year I'ma be a two-pay nigga. Knocking off the top, that's a two-pay nigga. I'm a tsunami, the new wave nigga. You already know what the fuck it is. Hey Peggy, let me talk to him one time. Hold up.
Niggas be begging for shit to be different until they get it, then they treat it indifferent. People projecting they bullshit on you cause they dissatisfied with the life that they live in. Niggas net worth be like $17 while they begging for features from shorties I've been with. I can snip out you proximity, hoes always near some shit going on but never did it. I don't understand when people talk shit on me, they gotta leave with a lie, some fibbing. Friends acting like they don't wanna talk, start begging for change, I don't know what it's giving. Niggas be trying to fuck on your bitch while they dapping you up saying, I see your vision.
They acting like fucking these bitches and crime. This ain't relatable, this ain't debatable. Something happened to you, it's by design.
Yeah, man. JPEG motherfucking Mafia. Making grown men emotional since 2008 at least. And I walk around everywhere as me, you know? And you never catch me out here looking like these dirty ass underground rappers locked in an Airbnb somewhere with a bunch of niggas playing with each other's dicks. Look, on my knees for a God who can hear. I can't pray to no God I can fear. I think I should've ran me a cult. Quarterback that hole like I'm painting on Colts. Fuck niggas yapping about me on they alt. But when I see you, it's degrees of assault. You say you see him, you catching the case. I hope not the one that you got in your boat, cause that shit is shaky. Heard the church service say come as you are, so I showed up with a whole bunch of bitches that hate me. Told my main bitch to stop acting expensive. Girl, pass me the mic, you was clueless to Stacy. I know your label saw a cash grab. You got popped and turned hashtag. Stop yapping online, cause you know where I'm at, little bitch. Fuck nigga.
Jpegultra.
That one was pretty dang good. Yeah, I don't know if I've ever heard any of the Curry and Peggy collabs. I love Denzel Curry though. The one album I've heard from him. We need to do more of him on the channel.
Yeah,
but
we can put some more on.
I really like Melt Your Eyes, and I really like that they were kind of keeping with that kind of jazzy R&B style that was kind of going on that album during his verse and intro and interlude thing. It's kind of nice. That one kind of gave me Scaring the Hose vibes, just because like the song was kind of split in half and each kind of person did their own thing. And I thought that it was very, very nice. Both of them did a really good job. I will say it felt a little weird. Were they intentionally sampling Under the Bridge because that's exactly what that guitar part is. On the
That's
last
true. It
part there.
did kind of sound like that.
So I don't know if that's intentional or if that's like a funny little thing, but I'm like, this sounds exactly like that. But pretty good
Interesting.
all around.
Yeah, I think they have great chemistry. I feel like they've always kind of been on the same wavelength. They both come with like a great energy. I did not expect the jazzy beat. I think obviously that works well with Denzel. He just came off of an extremely southern hip hop tape, so like going back to this is cool. I was really expecting Peggy to give him just like the craziest, most aggressive beat, and that's not what we got. But I think it works. Denzel's funny on the track. He's not like too overly lyrical or conceptual. He's just kind of going, and I think it works great. But his kind of I don't know. He was doing a lot of or letter things in here that were going pretty hard. So I enjoyed that a lot.
Yeah.
Love the guitar coming in verse 3. It's great. Yeah, I feel like Peggy brought a more bitter energy to the track than Denzel was doing, but it's kind of this whole record. So
Yeah, that's true.
yeah, which is weird because he had the pretty guitar verse and he was like, I hate everybody. But yeah, pretty good. All right.
Yeah.
Track 11, either on or off the drugs.
I've named this one.
There it is. That's the first one.
They did it.
This album was missing something.
Look, I ain't really into flashing. I feel like an accident I'm never chose. Baby talking voice of passion. I feel like it's corny if you ain't on code. Niggas be on my dick for nothing. I be like, what happened to these niggas, bro? Like niggas be really going through, but there's a better way to let the people know. People say I'm never present, I ain't messy, I'm just focused on my goals. Cause either all or off the drugs, a voice plays in my ear like I'm a hoe. The first one was good with the beats. The second one put me up in the deep. The third one was sick, no disease. The fourth I had to rush it to complete. I don't have no basis, not a secret. Ain't no happy house who taking beatings. The streets in my mind is filled with demons. That's why I be eating these bitches like Sarah and Tegan. Cause distractions hitting every season. These niggas just rob no reason. It's not just a facade that I can see, or standing up for guys that don't believe. I'm Michael Jackson dancing in the mirror. The only one who can see me is me. Some of you niggas be talking right out of the side of your neck, and I can't believe that to be gas in these little hoes. Some of you niggas be sitting around all day hating on niggas they never met. I just feel sad for you, little bro. Baby, you know when I'm wildin' out, I make a mess. I keep the candlelight lit, put my bitch in the vest. What did that last one contribute but pussy and stress? Nothing.
I'm looking for her.
That needed to be 3 minutes longer. Either on or off the drugs.
Wow, that one was really, really good. What is that sampling? I need to know what that sample is.
It's an AI blues song.
Oh no. Dang it, I got very excited. I'm like, man, that kind of slaps. Well, that's unfortunate. But I do like the vibe of that song. That might be my favorite one, honestly. Like, that's kind of the shot of adrenaline. Well, it's not even, like, super energetic, but, like, I don't know. Like, that one feels so different. Like, I feel like we've been in kind of a rut.
Yep.
It's like, we're doing the same thing. Like, this is like, yes, finally something different. And I thought that it was really, really good. I don't know. No complaints.
Yeah. That might be my favorite as well, actually. Yeah, this is a Future song converted into a 70s soul song or blues song using AI. There's been songs like this. There's like versions of like Not Like Us that are in like 50s doo-wop and stuff. This is a pretty common thing. I think it actually works with Peggy's style because there's always something very digital and weird about his production. So like you literally can't tell. It just fits so good into like what he's doing here. I think this is the most important track on the album. I know we're not done with it yet, but like I was waiting to bring this up and I think this is the good time to do it. I feel like Peggy is the new Kanye in terms of like he makes very questionable decisions. He does these drunken Twitter rants. He says things off the cuff and then seems to walk back on them. But at the same time, he is so in his bag with a lot of this stuff and you can't really tell him anything. And it makes perfect sense. I think this is the moment of clarity on this record where he's like, I actually do like think about this kind of stuff more than I talk about. It's a moment of vulnerability on a record that seems like he's just like trying to do everything in the most maximalist way possible and feel like he's not phased. But then you get to a track like this and it's really vulnerable. He reflects on his past work, the gigantic journey he's had to get here. I mean, I've been listening to him heavy since like 2019, and he's gone through a lot of changes since then. The music has stayed consistently great, but like, even like if you showed me this record compared to like when I was listening to Cornballs constantly in 2019, this does not feel like the same Peggy at all. So yeah, I think this track is incredibly important. And yeah, great, fantastic.
Yes.
Alrighty, loop it and leave it. Track 12.
Yeah, I know I got scuffles ahead of me. When I speak in my mind, it's unsettling. I know liberal feelings is delicate. Fly the plane when you feed them their medicine. Got a doctor subscribing as ketamine. Cause it's more than these shadows I'm wrestling. Drip my bitch in Dior, she decadent. Work so much you think Peggy was Mexican. It's to thinking that Peggy a joke. Got procedures in place for the heckling. When they want to speak, this is a veteran. I'm like Kelly, Beyonce, Michelle. 4-5 on the hip, ready pronto. 2 cups champagne and a rhino. Weapons registered, ready to unload. We don't usually beat them like Harpo. All my bitches in love with the cocoa. Got my side bitch tipping Jack Harlow. All my bad hoes bringing that work home straight to my game, a chair. 5'9" knocking out hoes as tall as Angel Reese, I don't care. Hold on, read my sign, I know I ain't shit, let's not even go there. Heard you fucking my bitch, I fucked yours too, let's keep that shit square. Ayy, fall on me, ayy, fall on me.
Loop it and leave it.
That one almost felt like a little interlude or something. But yeah, what an interesting direction this is taking. Now this almost sounds like Melt My Eyes. Like this, like the kind of jazzy, like R&B mix with the rap. Not a direction I expected from this Peggy record, which has been very angry and aggressive. And now it's like chill. I don't know. This is, I know I said whiplash before, but now I'm just kind of stunned. Where I'm like, what is happening? Where is this going? We have 2 more tracks. What could possibly happen next? But
Yeah.
I thought that song was fine.
I feel like this is a temper tantrum of a record where like he's just throwing things all over the place and just being the most like maximalist like ever, and then he gets to a point where he's like coming down and he's like, okay, we're gonna make things a little bit more like, we're gonna go internal a little bit here. And I do enjoy it. I think we were getting to a point like through Jihad Joe like into Jpegultra where like it was getting to a point of bitterness where I'm like, this is almost like too much bitterness, where it's coming across as a little bit too self-indulgent. But then like this turn here, all of a sudden it's like we broke down and now we're really getting the real content of what he's trying to get across on this record. And I think it works really well. I think conceptually it's actually pretty great. So yeah, I think this track goes over pretty well as well. It's gonna take so many listens. I was not expecting, like, I feel like I knew Peggy's like style pretty down pat. Like I've been listening to him for 5 years, and then like this is a little bit of a curveball in terms of like, what is this record?
Yeah.
So yeah. Alrighty. Well, we got Buzzy Lee. Don't Put Anything on the Bible. Track 13.
Fuck out the deep end, go get you a flow. Y'all niggas always be doing the most. Black Michael Phelps just acknowledge the stroke. God level Libra, I'll swim with a ghost. I switched the channel and lost the remote. She for the war, she belongs to the glow. Gaslight is popular, learn how to cope. Acting like hoes, I throw these bands, she hit the flow. Fuck the excuses, but y'all really eat off the toxic narratives and jokes. Like, friends they pass, and some opportunities never come back. If I don't know nothing, no one thing is sad. Never react to the demographic with the swag of a cashier and Radio Shack. Talking to Zoe like when we start running, we ain't finna look back. New niggas making it trendy, the trauma bond. Self-oppression is deeper than rap.
Don't put anything on the Bible.
Where is this going? I am so confused. That one was very nice. I don't know. I don't know anything about Buzzy Lee. I know that she's Steven
fantastic.
Spielberg's kid.
Fantastic.
Other than that, I don't know. What kind of music does she make?
I don't listen to the solo stuff, but everything you'll know her from Nemo and John Wayne, which was on the Denzel record.
Yeah.
Fantastic
right.
vocals though, across like I think 2 Peggy records now.
Yeah. Would you look at that? Okay, yeah, I need to re-listen to John Wayne so I can remember what that one sounds like. Yeah, no, I thought that one was really, really good. But honestly, I just want to hear the next song. Like, how is he gonna end this?
Yeah.
This has been such a turn. I feel like I'm like on my back foot. Yeah, I'm shocked. This is like turning out really, really good though.
It is. Yeah, I feel like my opinions on this record are changing after every song, and I think that's a good thing. Like,
yes.
I didn't want him to be too pigeonholed into this one concept on the record, and I think it is fleshing out really beautifully. I understand the cross on the cover now. Everything's kind of coming together a little bit more. There's a lot of confession and regret and stuff like happening on this back half of the record here. I think Buzzy Lee does fantastic. That beat is just heavenly on this thing. I have not heard stuff like that and like since Cornballs, where it does get that kind of emotionally tied in and everything just kind of works in this more floaty direction, which I really enjoy. I think lyrically he's pretty good on this track. I like the lines about asking forgiveness and not being able to defend himself after a lot of the things that he's kind of done and like kind of all these freakouts that he has, and just trying to live like that. And I think that ties in perfectly to like where this record is going compared to where it started. I think we're seeing two very different Peggy's. You go to the Ice Cream This in the Mirror track and the difference in lyrics in that compared to like when he's actually talking about not being able to defend himself when he looks in the mirror and thinks about all the things he's done. It's a great contrast, and he's more self-aware than a lot of Kanye concepts that do this thing. And I think he's doing it really well. So
yeah.
Alrighty, last track. I recovered from this.
Funny how time flies when you're having fun, please stay. Funny how time flies when you're having fun. Funny how time flies when you're having fun. Yeah, ooh, funny how time flies when you're having fun.
It's not that I don't love my bitch, but I don't love these side hoes neither. She throwing that shit back at me and I'm catching it like I'm a wide receiver. My bitch never got comfort from me, I needed too much help. I can't do 1 hour a week, I think I need more help. I don't think I need no more fixing, I'll just heal myself. Who's gonna be there when you low, bitch, you or somebody else? My actions got way too active, I don't want no more help. 1 hour a week ain't enough for me, I think I need a friend. Everyone that I ever dated deserves better. I could've wrote this when I'm faded, but alcohol gives you a lens. When I speak in my mind, I'm on demonic time, I got family and fences to mend. Niggas get mad at me when I call out the hate, cause they hate me, no debating. All on my thinking, you know we ain't dating. Bitch nigga, let's face it. We came up out the mustard, got dirt on our faces. Now we counting blue faces. White girl slide on the pole, I'm throwing her faces. I can never, it's not that I don't love my bitch, but I don't love these side hoes neither. She throwing that shit back at me and I'm catching it like I'm a wide receiver. I know these losers, you fucking ain't hitting it right. I'm Derek Jeter. Heart on my sleeve and cash in my fist. Chase a dream, maybe not just a bit. I can't believe it, this bitch got me breaking, I'm breaking like this. I can't believe it, this girl got me breaking, I'm breaking like this. Fuck. Alright, that's it. I'm done, I finally finished this.
I recovered from this.
Wow. What a great closer. Perfect use of a Janet Jackson sample. Man, I need to re-listen to this whole album because I feel like halfway through I kind of got not even like defensive or like I'm just like, what are you doing? Why are you like going so hard? Like oh, I don't care what people think. I love Kanye. I don't feel bad about it at all. And then like now it's like, oh, wait, what's going on? Like I feel like this is like a really interesting kind of like portrayal of how like change can happen and how like introspection can like really affect you as a person. And I'm like, it's kind of crazy. Like, I like halfway through, I kind of expected to have a very different reaction, and I'm kind of glad that it ended the way it did. I'm definitely preferring how the songs ended, or like the end of the album over the beginning of the album. But wow, I was not expecting this from this Peggy record. So
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm impressed.
Yeah, I had no idea what I was going to get going into this thing. The singles did not like really give any idea of like conceptually what he was going to be getting at. And I think I had the same idea. I'm like halfway through the record, I'm like, ooh, I really don't want to have to like harp on this, like on how bitter he is on this record. But I think, listening back to it, I think we're gonna have a different light in it, because like it really does feel like a transformative record. By the end of it, he feels like a completely different person than the beginning of it. And I think just him taking this long to kind of make this record, and like him probably making it as it goes, I think it perfectly displays where he's at in his career. I think it displays where he's at as a person, because it was a little bit of a rough year for Peggy in the beginning of this year. I think this is the most backlash he's gotten from something that he's done before. At the same time, I think he has the most eyes on him that he's ever had. He's been having, more features and collabs on more mainstream records. He's getting a lot more of the limelight now. And that's a big thing to deal with, on top of your core fan base not being too happy with some of the decisions you're making. And then you also have his mental health, his personal things, all these things kind of combining into this like really ferocious first half of this record, where it comes across as bitter, incredibly self-indulgent, unapologetic. And then you kind of hit this switch here where he kind of really does go super deep, deeper than a lot of the stuff on Cornballs gets. And you end up at this track, and it's really just like insane to see the growth. And you can look at his growth from veteran to now, and it's insane, but even the growth throughout the record is a really, really, really cool thing. I've been kind of like, doing this thing where like, I think he's going to play the villain. I think he's going to be this kind of new Kanye when it comes to his concepts. And I think he is kind of doing that. But at the same time, there is this self-aware angle to him where he understands these things that are messing him up and things that are making him lash out in a way that Kanye is unable to do. In a weird way, I think listening to Vultures 2 before this gives me more of an empathetic angle towards Peggy for a lot of this stuff, because Kanye is so far gone that those songs have no concept. There's nothing going on in the ideas of it. It's all gone. It's just ego, and it's not understanding anything about the creative process throughout it. And I think he kind of has it on here. So I'm hoping this record kind of helped him with his mental state, because it really did seem like he poured his heart out on a lot of these things, whether it's the anger or the kind of regret and moving forward. So that's a lot from this record. I was not expecting that, but I'm so glad that's what it is. It's the weirdest thing too, because there was not as much wow moments as I had an LP where I'm like, this production is phenomenal, or Cornballs where I'm like, this is one of the most perfectly like portrayed pictures of a weird concept like ever. Or even Veteran, where it's like shock factor, insane like production. This is completely different. Yeah. It's fantastic. I can't tell where to rate it. I don't know where it's at. I need to listen to this a lot. So
Yes.
yeah, but great stuff. I'm glad we fit this in right away. I could not have gone another day without listening to this. So
Yes. Yes.
that's it for this time. We have King Gizzard next week. The new releases don't stop. So we're going to be doing that next week. We're also going to be doing Seven Swans, Sufjan, soon. So that'll be coming out at some point within the next couple of weeks. Because there's a lot of new releases coming. I'm like, we need to do this right now. I'm going to lose it. So yeah, that's where we're at. Yeah, check out the channel. We've been doing a lot of new releases. This is different for us.
A lot of stuff.
Yeah. So good year though. There's a lot of good stuff out this year. This retrospective will be a fun one.
Yes, and our end of year list is going to be difficult.
Oh,
For the
God.
first time in like a couple of years.
Yeah, I think we're gonna have to do 10 or 15. There's a lot of albums this year.
Yeah, that's okay. I'll take that over. Did we do 5 last time?
We did 5 last year, I think, and then we did 10 the year
Yeah.
before that. So I think we're bumping it back up.
I think so. There's too much good stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I realized the other day, I'm like, oh yeah, that MGMT record came out.
Yes.
Like, I need to go back. I've been spending so much time with Charm and Porter Robinson over the last couple of weeks, and now I'm gonna have to listen to this, and it's just like, man, it's an embarrassment of riches, is what it is. Wow. Well, good stuff. If you want to hear us talk about what we're listening to right now, or movies and games and stuff, check out our podcast. We're going to be having a Boy Time feature on Cyberpunk. So if you're into that game, yeah, check it out. You won't be disappointed.
That'll be a fun episode.
But yeah, that's it. That's it for me.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna go listen to this 3 more times. Yeah. Bye.